Hi, this is Deniz from ENLYZE, and in the following minutes, I am going to show you how we address the issue of identifying process parameters and set points within a list of PLC tags. Just for a bit of context and reference, let's assume by now we have established connectivity and we have obtained a list of all the tags that are available to us, either by using the ENLYZE platform and our tag enumeration of project files. And now we want to understand the semantics of the project, because usually you don't come from PLC tags, but process parameters, for instance, pressures, temperatures, velocities, and whatnot. And to this end, I'm going to upload a model here. I'm just going to call it model. As you can see, we have an extrusion line with 3 extruders, throughput actual and set points, full thickness actual and set points for all of the extruders, as well as additional components that we want to find candidates for. And in order to achieve this, I am going to click on Run Tag Mapping Agent. I'm going to upload tags.csv. Just to show you, we have a couple of columns called node ID, name, data type, and comment with various information density. And I'm going to use this and tell the agent to look for candidates for those process parameters within that tag list. I'm going to hit submit. And in a couple of minutes of time, we will see these candidates matches showing up. As you can see, the mapping job has finished. We're using some mapping nodes, index assumptions, which is really interesting to grasp the context of what is happening here. It, for instance, tells us that there's an index assumptions that all extruders targets assume 0 index mapping. So extruder 1 is extruder 0. This is really interesting, especially if you have some knowledge about the machine. It also tells us about ambiguities that occur, and there are also conflict resolutions that are being raised here. I'm just going to close this for a moment and head to the suggestions themselves. So for instance, here I have extruder 1 throughput actual. I can see it has mapped NS6 S equals S global PV section 1 extruder 0 throughput act to it. Sounds fairly correct. We also have throughput set points, which also seems correct. Thickness actual. All of these data points seem very legit. From talks with SIs and OEMs, we've learned that this is very tedious and sometimes takes up 100 to 200 hours for only 10 variables, and we have done this in a couple of minutes. What I would also like to show you is, in case the model doesn't find anything, you can manually search the CSV file. So what is happening right now is that it is creating a dynamic tree of the PLC tags, and now we can browse through it fairly quickly to identify the relevant parameters, because usually this is way easier than just having a static list. You can also just go ahead and search through it. So I'm going to just do maybe extruder 1. And here it finds stuff I'm looking for. Maybe temperature. Yeah, okay. I'm also finding heating zones, zone temperatures, and whatnot. And this is how easy it is to then identify and search for the correct ones.